This is a vending machine in Los Angeles. It's in a shopping mall, and it sells fish eggs. It's a caviar vending machine. This is the Artomat. It's an art vending machine that sells small artistic creations by different artists, usually on small wood blocks or matchboxes, in limited edition. This is Oliver Medvedik. He's not a vending machine, but he is one of the founders of GenSpace, a community biolab in Brooklyn, New York, where anybody can go and take classes and learn how to do things like grow E. coli that glows in the dark, or learn how to take strawberry DNA. In fact, I saw Oliver do one of these strawberry DNA extractions about a year ago, and this is what kind of led me into this bizarre path that I'm going to talk to you about right now. Because strawberry DNA is really fascinating because it's so beautiful. I'd never thought about DNA being a beautiful thing before I saw it in this form. And a lot of people, especially in the art community, don't necessarily engage in science in this way. I instantly joined GenSpace after this, and I asked Oliver, well, if we can do this with strawberries, can we do this with people as well? And about 10 minutes later, we were both spinning in vials together and coming up with a protocol for human DNA extraction. And I started doing this on my own, and this is what my DNA actually looks like. And I was at a dinner party with some friends, some artist friends, and I was telling them about this project, and they couldn't believe that you could actually see DNA. So I said, all right, let's get out some supplies right now. And I started having these bizarre dinner parties at my house on Friday nights, where people would come over and we would do DNA extractions. And I would actually capture them on video because it created this kind of funny portrait as well. These are people who don't necessarily regularly engage with science whatsoever. You can kind of tell from their reactions. But they became fascinated by it, and it was really exciting for me to see them get excited about science. And so I started doing this regularly. It's kind of an odd thing to do with your Friday nights, but this is what I started doing. And I started collecting a whole group of my friends' DNA in small vials and categorizing them. This is what that looked like. And it started to make me think about a couple of things. First of all, this looked a lot like my Facebook wall. So in a way, I've created sort of a genetic network, a genetic social network, really. And the second thing was, one time a friend came over and looked at this on my table and was like, oh, why are they numbered? Is this person more rare than the other one? And I hadn't even thought about that. They were just numbered because that was the order that I extracted the DNA in. But that made me think about sort of collecting toys and this kind of thing that's going on right now in the toy world with blind box toys. And being able to collect these rare toys, you buy these boxes, you're not sure what's going to be inside of them. But then when you open them up, you have different rarities of the toys. And so I thought that was interesting. I started thinking about this and the caviar vending machine and the Artomat all together. And some reason I was one night drawing a vending machine, thinking about doing paintings of a vending machine, and the little vial of my DNA was sitting there. And I saw this kind of beautiful collaboration between the strands of DNA and the coils of a vending machine. And so, of course, I decided to create an art installation called the DNA vending machine. Here it is. So the DNA vending machine is currently in a couple galleries in New York, and it's selling out pretty well, actually. We're in the first edition of 100 pieces, hoping to do another edition pretty soon. I'd actually like to get it into more of a metro hub like Grand Central or Penn Station, right next to some of the other actual vending machines in that location. But really with this project and a lot of my art projects, I want to ask the audience a question, and that is when biotechnology and DNA sequencing becomes as cheap as say laser cutting or 3D printing or buying caviar from a vending machine, will you still submit your sample of DNA to be part of the vending machine? And how much will these samples be worth? And will you buy someone else's sample? And what will you be able to do with that sample? Thank you.